Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. Can you hear me? Please confirm in the chat box. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. So what's the plan for today? Slowly the attendance is increasing. Good. I thought it is less, but today it's okay. I want to introduce you a service called as SQS. This is a theoretical discussion. Simple queuing service. Simple notification service. We already have discussed about notification where we create a group, add subscribers to the group and send the notifications. We have discussed as part of auto scaling, but we'll have an exclusive discussion about simple notification service one more time. And then cloud watch monitoring service. How to set up the billing alarms, which is very, very important. So this is what, and if time permits, we'll also discuss about cloud trial. So these are the services which I want to discuss in today's session. Okay. So yes, let's move on. Any questions? Interestingly, no questions by nobody. Any questions? Please raise your hand. Oh, very good. Sriram.
Good morning, sir. Actually, I just joined. Sorry for being a bit late.
No
Just
problem.
overslept a bit. My question is related to Route 53. Actually, I was practicing yesterday and I got a question. Actually, I have created a own subdomain.
Your voice is not clear.
Sir, am I audible now?
Yeah, it is audible.
Okay, sorry. Sir, actually, I have created
Yes,
my
tell me.
own subdomain. I have created my own subdomain for practicing Route 53. Can I use that for, can I add that in, can I register it as a domain in Route 53?
You can do that. You can do
So
that.
the process will be the same, right?
The process will be the same. Yes, you are right.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Please drop your hand. Okay, 1 minute. Vikas Sharma.
Good morning, Sunil.
Good morning, Sharma ji. Boliye.
Sunil, after these classes, is it possible if time permits, can you also please once take those notes which you have provided, those dumps now? Can you also just explain us few questions, because few questions are tricky. They are not in like simple language. And I feel the exam would be like those questions only.
You're right.
So is it possible if time permits, can we
Maybe.
also take those questions?
Maybe. Give me some, maybe basing on availability, I'll update you, Sharma. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. So you're from which city?
I'm from Ghaziabad.
Ghaziabad.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Soumya Goshal.
Yeah, I was hoping if we could have more insights on Lambda functions and Jenkins.
That's a different course actually. Lambda comes into a professional level course. Okay.
Oh, I see.
This is an associate level training, isn't it?
Okay.
So, okay.
Oh, I understood.
Anything
and
more?
VPC, no, a few things that we missed.
VPC
like
peering probably you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's also professional level course. Okay.
Oh, I see. Fair enough.
What we have done is what we have learned is associate level, isn't it, Soumya?
Okay. And one technical question, when I want to understand the difference between a private and a public IP, I mean, what for it is meant? Like every digital device has a public IP. I mean, yeah, the public IP I understand is meant for its, identification in the overall internet. But
Okay.
what does a private IPs serve purpose for? I mean, yeah, in the AWS thing, I understand what it is there, but even our machines, our
No, not only in AWS. For example, I'll tell you.
Mhm.
Who will provide public IP? First point.
It is the body IETF, I guess, or
Now,
IAM.
generally, who will provide public IP? When a device will get public IP when it is connected to internet.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so internet service provider will provide the public IP to the
Mhm.
device. For example, my laptop is connected to internet, isn't it?
Yes, yes, sir.
So it provides a public IP. It gets a public IP. Okay, so public IP is provided to internet service provider. Okay, now let's say nowadays we are getting printers. Do you remember, Soumya? So printer can be connected to our
Yes,
Wi-Fi, and then we can do printing from our laptop or any other devices wireless.
yes, correct.
So the moment your printer connects to your router, okay, so it receives a signal. Is it Soumya, Kaushal?
Mm,
The moment it receives it connects to the router, it gets a
mm.
private IP. So private IP is through an internet network. Okay,
Okay.
it does not. Can a printer have browser? Can it connects to the public to the world? No, it's only local to the network. Okay,
Mhm.
so internet service provider public IP is provided by internet service providers. Okay, private IP is through network. When it is connected to our own network, it becomes private IP. It automatically acquires a private IP. That's the difference. Okay.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
understood.
that's it. Yeah.
And okay, one more, can I ask?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so while this when during fixing of the address, the subnet part actually. So when I'm masking a /16, that means the first 16 octets will not change. So if I mask like a /17 or 18, so that means the first 17 or the 18 octets, I believe, will not change. So does that means like I have masked a /18 and
No, I don't understand what is that octets does not change. What does that mean?
the first 8 bits of the IP address of the say
Tell me one
there
IP
is,
address.
yeah, sorry.
Tell me one IP address. Let's say we are defining as 10.0.0.0, isn't it?
Yeah,
/16.
/16. Say
Oh,
if it were 10.0.0.0/18.
okay.
So can we say like 10.0 then 1 /0 is a subset of 10.0.0.0.
Okay, fine.
So is it really dependent on can we just say like a 10.0.1.0 is a subset of 10.0.0.0,
You're
or
right.
it
You're
will
right. What you're selling is right. 1.0 is subset of 0.0.
but
Okay.
so similarly till 256 1.0 is subset of 0.0. So
Yes.
is it like similarly 10.0.256 that whole range from 1.0 to 256.0 is a subset of 0.0?
You're right.
Is it that way, or
You're
then?
right. The first way
Hmm.
what you have said is just now is right.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So, is it like, or
It
it
is.
there is a deeper meaning with respect to
No,
the?
no, don't worry about the deeper meaning. Okay. So don't
Okay,
worry. So this is just for only for calculating the size, Soumya.
okay,
Okay.
okay, okay. Fine. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let's move on. I want to discuss about queuing service. Where exactly this queuing service is used? Let's try to understand. Okay, good count. Now it is increased. Simple queuing service is a message queue. Is there any messaging service or messaging queue service available in AWS? The answer should be SQS. A simple queuing service is a message queue. Use it to store messages. It is used to store messages while waiting for the computer to process them. Okay. So it's a queuing service. Messages will wait in a queue to process it. A queue is a temporary repository. What is repository? Storage for messaging that are awaiting to process. Okay, it's a queuing service. Okay. Where exactly this queuing service is used, let's try to understand. We access a particular website. Look at this. The end user is accessing a particular website. The request will go to web server. Okay. From the web server, actually the request will go to application server. This is what? If you see the globe, it is web server. This is application server. This is one more layer called database server. There will be 3 layers actually: web server, application server, and database server. The request will go to web server. From the web server, request will go to application server. The application server, if needs a database, it will pull the data from the database and it will be returned to the user. Traditionally, 3 layers: web server, application server, database server. For example, if I'm opening ICICIbank.com, the request will go to web server and I get a web page. When I log in using my internet banking login username and password, the request will go to application server. The final banking application will be available in the application server. Web server will have only web pages. That's all. Web server will have only web pages. The actual crux of the application will be available in the application server. The request will go to application server. Okay. And then if I click on mini statement, the request will go to database, and from the database, I pull the data. The data will be returned to the web server. From the web server, we get the data. So traditionally 3 layers: user, web server, application server, and database server. Now here comes the need for queuing service. Where comes the need for queuing service? The queuing service, this is, you can see here, this is a load balancer. Load balancer, you can say it's something like a website, www.flipkart.com. So that's a website. The request will go using Route 53. When you access a particular domain name, the domain name STV, it will be linked to the load balancer. The request will go to load balancer. Load balancer will distribute the traffic. Isn't it? Load balancer will distribute the traffic to the available web servers, isn't it? We have 3 web servers as per this example. It will have traffic to web server. And then queuing service acts like a layer between application server and web server. Where exactly the role of a queuing service? Queuing service plays a role in communication between the web server and the application server. So queuing server, all the requests will be waiting in the queue. So that the application server should process the request. In what scenarios these queuing services are used? Especially when there are many number of requests coming from the users at a single point of time, there are chances that a few requests will be lost. I'll give a simple example. At any point of time, how many users will be trying to book a cab? At any point of time, how many users will be trying to book a cab from their mobile applications? Thousands of users. Agree? They're trying to book a cab. Whenever you click on book the cab button on Ola or Uber, that's a request. You are already connected to web server. And then you are selecting from location and to location. And then when you click on book, the request should be processed by the application server. The request should be processed by the application. The application, that is booking application, will be running on the application server. Request should be processed by the application server. But how, at any point of time, how many concurrent requests will be given to application server? Thousands of users will be trying to book the cabs. Agree? So in such cases, there is chances that we may miss some requests. So here comes a role of a SQS. All the requests will be maintained in the form of a queue. to make sure that every request is properly answered or properly processed, all the requests will be waiting in the form of a queue. Okay, so simple queuing service, whatever we are discussing now, plays a role between communication between the web server and the application server. Do you have you experienced when you click on book the cab, you will get the response in 1 minute. Either the cab is booked and you get a message saying that the cab is successfully booked and it will be delivered in 5 minutes or something like that, or you will get a message, try again. So that is the 1 minute of interval period. Within 1 minute everything should happen, agree? So that in that minute the queue, all the requests will be waiting in the queue for the process, for the application server to process. If the application server successfully pulls the request and process it, then the request is handled. Otherwise, again, you need to place one more request in the queue. So in these cases, at any point of time, how many users will be trying to book the train tickets? It's very important, especially in the Tatkal time. The many users who are trying to book the train in IRCTC, isn't it? How many users will be trying to book in Book My Show? Many users will trying to book the cabs. Agree or not? So when you want request nots to be, every request should be properly handled, then you have to add one more component in your stack that is called an SQS, simple queuing service. So now look at this. Now look at this. Look at the diagram. Request will go to web server. From the web server, request will wait in the queue. This is the queue. Application server will pull this from the queue and then process it. It is the responsibility of the application server to pull the request from the queue. Okay, so this is the SQS. Okay, so SQS acts like a layer, is a messaging queue between the web server and the application server. It's a backup mechanism for the application server. Why it is considered as a backup mechanism for the application server? AS stands for application server, WS stands for web servers. All the requests from the web server all the requests from the web server will be stored in the SQS in the queue format. It is the application server responsibility to pull the request. So it is purely the application server responsibility to pull the request from the queue and process it. SQS will control the flow of the request. So all the requests will be maintained in the queue format. So it will control the flow. Next, this is important. Once the request is pulled from SQS, give me 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm back. So it is the application server responsibility to pull the request from the SQS. Okay. So all the requests from the web servers will be stored in queue. Application server will pull the request from the queue. Queue will control the flow of request, obviously. So to control the flow of request, we are using code. Once the request is pulled, which component will pull the request? Tell me. Which component will pull the request? Obviously, application server will pull the request. Once the request is pulled from the queue, the request in queue will not be deleted. This is very important. When the application server will pull the request, it will not be deleted. It will be invisible for 30 seconds. The invisibility time is 30 seconds. So once the application server will pull the request, that particular request will be invisible for 30 seconds. Within 30 seconds, the application server should process the request. Obviously, there is a timeout period. Within 30 seconds, the application server should process the request. Within 30 seconds, if the application server successfully process the request, if the request is successfully processed, then only it will be deleted. Within 30 seconds, if the application server is unable to process because of any reason, then the request will be visible again. Okay. So what is the default visibility timeout? This is important. In the certification, they ask you what is the default visibility timeout period in simple queuing service. The default visibility timeout is 30 seconds. That means the moment application server will process the request, will pull the request, this particular request will be not deleted. It will be invisible for 30 seconds. Within 30 seconds, the application server should process it. If it is successfully processed, that particular request will be deleted. If it is not processed, then that particular request will be again visible back so that it is again ready for the application servers to process. Okay, so that's important. Sometimes few requests will take more than 30 seconds. So you can control that. So you can increase the visibility timeout. The default visibility timeout is 30 seconds. You can increase the default visibility timeout to 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 12 hours. Maximum visibility timeout is 12 hours. Okay, so this is called as visibility timeout. You can define the time period, okay, of visibility timeout. By default, request will remain in the queue for maximum 4 days. That is the maximum number of time the request will be available in the queue. We can set the maximum. By default, it is 4 days. We can set to 14 days. So where exactly this queuing service is used? The queuing service is used as a communication between the web server and the application server. So when there are more number of requests coming from the users, so if the application concept is such a way that the main number of requests are coming from the users at any point of time, and every request is important to be processed, in such cases the applications will be using this queuing service, which acts as a communication between the web server and the application server. Okay, so this is about queuing service. Sarvana.
Hi Sunil.
Yep.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
So I want to share one information regarding Route 53 practice.
Okay.
There is one site is available. We can purchase a domain with free of cost, and we can register in Route 53. I have pinged in the link in the QA box.
Okay.
You can search it, but we can't purchase a domain like that's like a commercial domain .com.
Okay. Freenom.com.
Freenom. Yes. We can purchase a domain like .tk, .mf, .ga something.
Okay, obviously.
For studying and practice, we can use this.
Exactly. What we need is one domain name. It doesn't made a difference to practice Route 53. So thank you, Sarvana. So I have mentioned this to. Have you tried, Sarvana? Is it working?
Yeah, it's working. I have also registered domain.
And that domain is available in iDomain. That domain is available in AWS. Are you able to transfer the domain in AWS?
Yeah. I do it. Actually, we have to register domain in that site. So after that, we have to create a hosted zone in Route 53.
Okay.
So once we have created a hosted zone in Route 53, we can get 4 records like NS record or SOA records. We have to update the 4 NS records in this Freenom site. So once it will take some maximum 24 hours, but it will take
Updated.
updated within 15 or 10 minutes.
Okay.
After that, we can use it. You can try this and you can share to our people.
So that's the reason I'm placing in the notes. Anyways, the participants will get these notes. Okay. Thank you, Sarva.
Okay. Thank you, Sunil.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing. So queuing service is done. Okay. So notification service. Okay. I think most of us already know this notification service. We already have experienced it, but still let's have an exclusive discussion on notification service. When auto scaling launches a new mission, I hope you remember when the CPU utilization is more than 80%, then what we want to do, we want to launch an EC2 machine, isn't it? We have, okay, machine 1, machine 2, machine 3. When the average CPU utilization is more than 90%, then what we can do, we can, in the auto scaling, it altogether creates a new machine. When the traffic increases, the new machine gets created. That's fine. But as an AWS team, you should know when the new machine has been created. You should track what is happening automatically, isn't it? If everything is happening automatically, good, but you not to know that at so and so specific time the new machine got created. Okay, and this is the instance ID or something like that. Okay, so we should get some information. We need notification. In route, one more example, in route 53, we have failure policy. If one region is down, automatically route 53 will divert to secondary region. And so that the application will not be disturbed, users will not be disturbed. But at AWS team, you should know that the primary region is down, so that now route 53 is switched to secondary region. So we should know, we should receive that notifications. How can we, as an AWS team, can receive the notifications if something happens at the client infrastructure side? So we can receive notification using a service called as SNS, stands for notification service. In this notification service, we have a term called subscribers. Subscribers are nothing but users who are receiving the notifications. For example, AWS team is group of 10 people. So these 10 people are called as subscribers. Okay. So what we have to do in this notification service, we have to create a group. Okay. And then we add email addresses to the group. To whichever email address you want to receive the notification, we should add email addresses to the group. As simple as that. For example, I am sending a notification to you in WhatsApp. So what did I do? First, I have created a WhatsApp group. And then I have added your mobile numbers to the WhatsApp group. In the same way, here also we create a group. Group is called as topic, and then we should add email addresses to the group. N number of email addresses we can add it, and then we can receive notification through email. You can receive notification email with JSON script. We can receive mobile SMS alerts also, or HTTP. Okay, so these are the possible options where communication happens. So let's experience it. Let's quickly create a topic, and then let's add subscribers to that particular topic. Okay. Under services, under application integration, we have notification service. So let's do that. Good evening, Baba Tunde.
Hi, good evening. Quickly, I just want to ask, the SQS, is it by default or we have to set it as the
You have to exclusively set it, not by default. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Mohnish Vakte. Application integration, simple notification service, SNS. Mohanish, I can see your hand raised. You are allowed to talk. So Raya means notification service. So first step, what I need to do is to create a topic. Topic name can be anything. I'm naming it as my topic. Yes, Mohanish.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. May I ask some other question related to professional?
Related
AWS,
to
AWS professional.
professional.
Yeah.
What's
Is there
your
any class, extra class will be happening?
professional level? You're looking for professional level training.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right now, I'm providing only associate level training. I am planning to provide professional level training also since a long time. I will update you. Anyways, you will be in the WhatsApp group, isn't it, Monish?
Yeah.
Professional level training is nothing but advanced level training,
Okay.
where you'll find Lambda services, VPC, flow logs, and VPC peering, and many more.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you. So as of now, you have no topics. Let's go ahead and create a topic. Topic name, go for standard. Okay, go for standard option, create a topic. Topic can be anything. So I want to name a topic as my topic 1. That's it. Creating a topic is simple. Description also I want to maintain the same. And then create topic. So topic is something like a group. Okay. Can you see the topic has been successfully created? So you can also see now the topic has been created. The name of the topic is my topic. So now when you click on the topic right now, you can see there are 0 subscriptions. So we need to add email addresses to the topic. Adding email addresses to the topic is called as subscriptions. Okay. So I will add email address to my topic. So create subscription and then protocol. How do you want to receive the notifications? I want to receive notification through email. If it is email, you need to provide email address. If it is mobile number, you need, if it is SMS, you need to provide the mobile number. Okay. Create subscription. Subscription is done successfully. Like this, we can have a number of subscriptions. This topic is having 1 subscription and I need to confirm. I need to confirm as my, this is my email address. I need to log into my email address and then I need to confirm that I agree to receive notifications from AWS. So let's do that. Yes, subscription confirmation. I confirm the subscription. So subscription is confirmed. Okay, so like this, we have to, now you can see when you click on refresh, previously we were getting a message called pending confirmation, right? Now when you click on refresh, now subscription is confirmed. You can add, we can add a number of email addresses to the topic. I have added only 1 email address to my topic. So these are called as subscriptions. But how to use this topic? How to use the topic? What's the name of the topic? My topic 1 is important. Okay. So where exactly we can use the topics? I'll show you. Let's experience the concept of auto scaling. Okay. So I hope you remember the steps in the in first we create launch configuration and then we create an auto scaling group. Okay. So first let's create a launch configuration. Let's go to EC2 service. Launch configuration. Create launch configuration. What's the name of the launch configuration? Choose an AMI. T2.micro. Launch configuration has been created. Now what we need to do, we need to create auto scaling group based on the launch configuration actions. Let's wait for the launch configuration. Yeah. Actions, create auto scaling group. Okay. Auto scaling group name can be anything. ASG1 based on this launch configuration. Fine. We are in step 1. Notification comes in step 5. Can you see here? Add notifications. Here we will use the concept of SNS. Next. In which VPC you want the infrastructure to be created, in which subnet you want the infrastructure to be created. Next. You want to attach it to an existing load balancer. Okay, so right now there are no load balancer, fine. Next. Group size, fine. Next. Add notifications. Whenever a new EC2 machine gets created, we should receive a notification. We have tagged our email address to the group. So add notification. Here you should mention the topic. We have created one topic. So in SNS, the topic will be available automatically here. So wherever you come across this add notification, not only in auto scaling, in Route 53 also, in a failure policy also, we have add notification. We have ignored it because wherever add notification step is there, that's an optional. But we have to receive notifications whenever you want the AWS infrastructure team to receive notifications when this particular event happens. You need to add the notification. Remember, wherever you're getting an option called add notification, that means you have to link a topic which you have created in SNS. Yes. And then click on next. So like this, you can proceed and complete the auto scaling group so that you can receive the notifications when a particular event happens. I hope I'm very clear how exactly we can add notifications, okay, as per the requirement, so that the infrastructure team will get the updates. Okay, so I am not creating auto scaling group. I have shown you where exact notification is linked. Launch configuration, we have to delete it, which I just now created. Okay. Okay. Next. So this is about notification service. Okay. Next, let's discuss about CloudWatch. Yes, Shantakumar.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Fine, sir. Sir, I have doubt in SQS, sir.
A simple queuing service.
Yes, sir. What you told, I get it, sir. I have general doubt.
Okay.
In web service means in the login page only, sir.
Not only login page, any page. It could be
Any page.
contact us page, login page.
What is difference between a web service and application?
Web server, not web service.
Web server and application server. Sir.
Okay, so web server, generally, I'll give you a basic idea. Web server will have web pages, that's it. Okay.
Okay.
But the actual functionality will be processed in the application server. Okay. For example, ICICI Bank is an internet banking application. Okay. Application will be running in the application server. Internet banking application will be running in the application server. But the web server will have web pages like login page, contact us page, and all those. Whenever a particular, if you create a fixed deposit online, the request will go to the application server, and the application server will process it. Okay. So final main product will be running in the application server, and web server will only deliver the web pages. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir. The in application server or some toolkits that the transactions files.
Everything will be processed.
Okay. Okay. Fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, Puneet.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
How are you?
Hello.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you, sir?
Doing well. Yes, your question.
Yes, my question is related to dump. I didn't get dump, so where I can check means.
Did you get the recordings?
No, actually I didn't.
Okay, if you get the recordings, along with the recordings, you get the dumps.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
That's what I was confused.
Okay. Okay. What is CloudWatch? CloudWatch is called as monitoring service. What do you mean monitoring service? For example, let's create some two EC2 machines. I think we already have some EC2 machines. Okay, so there are no EC2 machines. Okay, let's create these two. Let's create two EC2 machines. As usual, Amazon Linux. Number of machines I want to create, 2. That's okay. I don't want to have any queue pair. So let's name this as machine 1. Machine 2. So I have created 2 machines, right? Okay, now the point is, I want to know how much memory is getting used, how much RAM is getting used in this particular machine, what is the CPU utilization, okay, how many disk read operations are happening, how many disk write, how many packets are writing into the hard disk, network packets coming in, how many network packets are going on to a particular EC2 machine. You want to monitor that. Sometimes suddenly the server will go down. It's not go down. Suddenly server behaves very slowly. You have to know the reason. Why is it because of memory? Is it because of high network traffic? What is the reason why the machine is behaving slowly sometimes? Okay, so you have to monitor the machine. So if you want to monitor the machines, you need to use a monitoring tool, and AWS provides a monitoring tool called CloudWatch. Okay, the CloudWatch will provide all these details, all these metrics details, CPU utilization, how much memory, how much network packets coming in, how many network packets are going on, how many disk read, disk write operations, everything will be provided. The report is everything is provided, and this particular report will be provided every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes, the report gets updated, and you automatically get the new statistics every 5 minutes. Okay, this is free. This is called basic monitoring. Basic monitoring is free. There's something called detailed monitoring. What is detailed monitoring? The same information, you get it, but the information will be updated every 1 minute. This is a paid service. By default, this particular information is automatically provided to you, and this particular information is updated by every 5 minutes. That is free service. If you want the information not to be updated every 5 minutes, every 1 minute you want to track that particular status of the EC2 machine, then it is called as you have to enable detailed monitoring, so that the report you get it in every 1 minute. Okay, so that's called detailed monitoring. So where can we see this information? Okay, where can we see all this kind of information? So we have created 2 missions, right? We have to wait for 5 minutes for the report to get generated because we are just now created. So let's say CPU machine 1 I have selected. Can you see we have monitoring tab? Okay, so in the EC2 service only we have monitoring tab. Click on the monitoring tab. You can see the monitoring. So report CPU utilization, status checks, network packets information, discrete operations, so CPU credit. So everything you're getting it. Right now the graph is not updated. Graph right now data is not available because the basic monitoring, it is detail monitoring. If you want to enable detail monitoring, you get the updates every 1 minute. This, if you enable it, you get the bill according to it. But basic monitoring is free, and here it is not yet updated because we have just created the EC2 machine. So from where we are getting this information in the monitoring tab, you're getting the information, but actually the information is available in the exclusive service called as CloudWatch. So from the CloudWatch, you get the information in the monitoring tab. We will see the exclusive service called CloudWatch, where exactly we can see the CloudWatch. Under management and governance, we have CloudWatch. Under management and governance, we have CloudWatch. Go to CloudWatch. You can see metrics. Under metrics, you want to know the information related to EC2. You can see that. Can you see we have, go to dashboard. Go to metrics. Go to all metrics. And you want the metrics related to EC2. There are 355 metrics related to EC2. Select EC2. Per instance metrics. See, what is this machine 1? This is machine 1 which you have created in the EC2. Machine 1. Isn't it? So you're getting all the reports of the machine 1. What is the CPU utilization, network packets in of machine 1. Similarly, scroll down, you get the report of machine 2 also. You have to wait. Second thing, name we have not specified. I have mentioned. So this is machine 2. It's not yet updated, but you get the information of machine 1. You can get the information of machine 2. Every metric will be updated after 5 minutes. Got it? You can see the metrics. Let's say you want to CPU utilization. CPU utilization is most important metric. The moment you select CPU utilization, you can see the graph here. The graph gets updated. Okay, so you can get the graph gets updated. So you can monitor using a special exclusive service called as a CloudWatch. Okay, the complete information you'll get it. So select the required metrics so that you can start monitoring. Most important question, many participants will receive this question in the interview. Can we set up billing alarms? Can we set up billing alarm? Billing alarm is nothing but now clients will always look at this. Clients will always define a bill, define a budget for the AWS. Every day client is paying the bill, right? They define a budget. For example, clients will say that my budget, we will allocate $1,000 per month. Is the budget which they allocated. Okay, so clients will be prepared to pay $1,000 for the infrastructure which they have it in AWS. Suddenly, if the bill is if they receive bill of $4,000, then who is answerable? As an AWS team, we are answerable. Suddenly, the bill is increasing by 4 times. We are answerable. Okay, so we have to monitor the bill. We have to monitor bill. As we know that the budget allocated by our client is $1,000, we should regularly track it. What is the bill for first week? What is the bill for second week? Weekly basis better to monitor so that we can, in case if there is a sudden surge in the bill, so that we can Okay, we can know what exactly the new changes has been made, and you can at least update the management because of this new changes. There you can expect a more bill. This kind of billing alarms you can set it. Okay, you can set billing alarm. That alarm is nothing but you get an alarm, you get an email. Okay, you can set an alarm for $500, you can set an alarm for $1,000, you can set an alarm for $200, you can set an alarm for $10. The moment if that particular condition is met, let's say you have defined an alarm for $10, when the bill receives when the total bill is $10, then you get immediately a notification. Like this billing alarms, you can track it, you can define it so that you can know, you can track how exactly billing is happening at the background. So that's called billing alarms. That billing alarm is also available here in the CloudWatch. So how to set the billing alarm? Go to my account under billing preferences. First you have to select receive billing alerts. Go to my account, under billing preferences, you should make sure that you have to select this checkbox, receive billing alerts. So turn on this feature to monitor the AWS usage charges. So we want to monitor the AWS usage charges. So select this checkbox, first point. Next thing. Now go to CloudWatch. Okay. Very important point. Switch to North Virginia region. This is very important. For billing alarms, you have to switch to North Virginia region. Even though your infrastructure is in Mumbai or any location, go to North Virginia region. Because this total estimated bill is available in the North Virginia region only. Now I am in North Virginia region. The dashboard does not make any change. Okay. Here we have alarms. Create a billing alarm. Select metric. Based on billing, total estimate charge, one minute. One minute. In Mumbai, there is no concept of billing. Have you observed? There's no metric called billing. So that's the reason you have to go to North Virginia region. So I'm going to North Virginia region, where you will find the billing metric. Select metric. Based on billing, total estimate charge, based on US dollars. Select metric. And then here you have to define the condition. Static value. If the bill is greater than or equal to, in my case, I'm writing $10. Next. Add notification. Here we can link our topic. I hope you know it. Wherever you add notification is there, you have to link the topic. That's fine. So that's how you can link the topic. Greater than $10, then I want to receive a notification. Okay, so when you receive a notification automatically, and then click on next and complete the billing alarm. Okay, are you understanding what I'm trying to say? So whenever this condition is met, for example, $10, if the client's budget is $1,000, we will define practically in the industry, client's budget is $1,000. Client is prepared to pay $1,000 per month. So what we do, we define the budget. We define four alarms. One alarm for US dollars 400, 500. One more alarm for when it is 1,000. One more alarm when the bill reaches 1,500. So not 1,500. One alarm for 250 US dollars. We can track. Okay, so the moment we get a notification from the billing alarm, that means you have to understand, okay, 200 condition is met, so this much bill is already generated. Next we can track 500 is met, 500 is met, so that again 750 we can create one alarm. Okay, so that if anything unusual happens we can rectify it. So like this we can define alarms for every intervals of metric of total estimated bill, so that you can track how much bill is generated. Okay, so that you can monitor how exactly bill is happening. So CloudWatch is mainly used for metrics as well as for defining billing alarms. And when you're defining billing alarms, the total estimate charge is the metric that is available only in the North Virginia region. So for practicing this, even though your client infrastructure is having in any region, you need to go to North Virginia region and define the billing alarm. It works. Okay, so that's about billing alarms. Okay, go back to Mumbai. Delete the instances to avoid the bill. Okay. Yes, Deepanjali. Good morning.
Good morning, Sunil.
Yep.
I have two questions.
Hmm.
One, this CloudWatch billing alarm. We also can set billing alarms in AWS budget, right?
You can do that. Okay.
So, I mean, I'm asking from the exam point of view, because I was thinking like any billing threshold, like question, then if there are like options of AWS budget as well as CloudWatch, which will be a more appropriate answer?
There are both options where you can define alarm. The right appropriate service is CloudWatch. Okay.
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 Okay. And one more question I have is the what is in CloudWatch we have these logs, and in CloudTrail also we have logs.
Yes.
What is the difference in both these logs?
CloudTrail we'll discuss tomorrow. In CloudTrail, it's an event log. Okay. Okay, so event log is nothing but if you log, if we have IAM users, isn't it, Deepanjali? Clients will
Right.
have IAM users, isn't it? So all the AWS infrastructure team logs into the AWS and manage their infrastructure using IAM users, isn't it, Deepanjali?
Right.
If one IAM user deletes a bucket, okay,
So that event will be tracked in
that
CloudTrail.
trial. So let's say that's an important bucket. By mistake, the one user has deleted the bucket. Okay, but as a manager, how do you track which user has done it? Isn't it? Nobody claims that I have done a mistake, isn't it? So CloudTrail will track that kind of events. When the bucket has been created, when the bucket has been deleted, when the EC2 machine got created, when the EC2 machine got created, which user has logged in at what time, when he has logged out. So everything is monitored using CloudTrail. That is event logs. Okay, this is different. Okay, Deepanjali, clear?
In this section, are we covering something called as EKS?
Kubernetes service you're talking about?
Yes.
No, that's part of DevOps.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Okay, so this is 3 services we have covered today: queuing service, and notification service, and CloudWatch monitoring service. The pending services are CloudTrail, CloudFormation, Elastic Beanstalk, and then migration service snowball. Is the services what needs to be discussed. This will be discussing on Monday session. We'll have a break on Sunday. So on Monday, we'll be discussing this. So Monday will be the last class where we'll be completing all these services. So that's our plan for our Mondays. That's our plan for our Monday session. Okay. And then I have a meetup plan today. So we had a journey of close to 1 month on the virtual meeting. So I thought we can have one physical meeting just to meet and greet each other. So obviously it's in Hyderabad location. You get the update in the WhatsApp group. So take time if possible and let's meet and greet each other. Okay. Today at evening 6 p.m. The location you'll get it in the WhatsApp group. Okay. Thank you very much and meet you today. Thank you. Bye everybody.